Welcome back to the movie script. I am John, and this is my Captain Marvel review. Captain Marvel is the 21st film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and introduces us to Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you've heard about all the controversy surrounding this film. But now, we're not going to do that today. Today, let's just focus on the film, and let's start with the cast. Carol Danvers is being played by Brie Larson, and to her credit, the way this character was written made it a difficult job for the actress. I think it would have been a difficult job for any actress, and that's because Carol Danvers spends most of this movie having no identity. She knows she's a badass Kree warrior. She has a sarcastic sense of humor, but that's all she knows about herself. She has no memory of her friends, her life growing up. She knows nothing about her. Because the movie starts with her being a Kree warrior. They found her 6 years ago from the beginning of the movie, and that's all we know, and that's all she knows about her. Now, Larson does a good job, especially in all of the badass aspects of the character, and she's convincing enough when emotions come into play. But like I said, it was a difficult role, and it was by no means an outstanding performance, but it was good enough to keep us in the movie, which I think is what's most important. She had good chemistry with Samuel L. Jackson, who was great playing a younger Nick Fury, and great is the best way to describe all of the supporting cast. Jude Law, Lashana Lynch, Annette Bening, and Gemma Chan were all great in their scenes. But the one stellar performance comes from Ben Mendelsohn, who had a lot of fun playing the leader of the Skrulls and delivered not only in the more serious parts, but also in all the fun. He was one of the funniest characters. Every time he had a funny line, he had great delivery, and when he had to be serious and put some emotion into it, he did it. And considering he was under all that Skrull makeup and prosthetics for most of the movie, which, by the way, the makeup was amazing, and that just comes to talk about the visual quality of the film, because that was just the Marvel standard. Visual effects, costumes, and the de-aging technology they used on Nick Fury was flawless. If I can, I'm going to speak to two issues I had with the visual quality of this movie, and it was the de-aging on Agent Coulson was not nearly as good as Nick Fury's one. And the CGI they used in some of the scenes with the cat, Goose, was not that great. The 90s setting was well presented. They didn't overdo it, but I would actually say they underdo it. I feel like they could have steered more into it, both in the visuals as well as some of the song choices. A lot of the songs were great, but I didn't recognize a couple of them, and I feel like that tells you that they didn't pick some of the more popular 90s songs. But overall, the songs were okay. The score of the movie elevated a lot of the action scenes, but it fell short, especially in the space parts of the movie. Overall, it was sufficient. It wasn't something that would bring the movie down by any means. Now, as for the script and the plot of this movie, directors Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck showed that they were capable enough to take on a project of this scale. They're indie directors. This was their first time playing with this large a budget. Now, my biggest criticism of this movie regarding the plot and the script was the whole third act. The whole third act of the movie was, there were no stakes, and it felt more like a compilation of how badass Captain Marvel is, which I loved, but made for a very simplistic and non-consequential third act. Forgot how to speak for a second. There's a one mid-credit scene and one after credits. So, with all that being said, to me, Captain Marvel was a solid B, which is good. It was a great origin film. We're on phase 3, so we've been spoiled with some amazing movies. I do not think this lives up to the best Marvel movies, but it's definitely, the Marvel standard. It's a good movie, entertaining, and it has great moments too. Now, Captain Marvel will come back in less than 2 months in Avengers Endgame. I'm super excited about that. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a like or dislike depending on how you feel, and let me know in the comments what you thought of this movie. I will see you on the next video.